Together! We fight as one! Ready? Yeah! Blaze Blue! Cross tag battle. Let us dance. I will not lose.
Yeah, let's do this!
Yo, what's up guys, Memory here. Man, I wish I brought this controversial topic up a lot sooner. Who's the best brawler in BBTAG? I got a ton of help putting this together. Even though I know the Yang matchup pretty well at this point, I thoroughly read your comments and you guys sent me a bunch of tips in the community tab. Hell, some of you even reached out to your boy online and gave me data just to plug in for this video. Thanks so much everyone. Just because I'm the only one doing the talking in these debates doesn't mean that your voice isn't being heard. You got tips? Hit me up. Now this video is basically gonna be what some of you wish my second controversial was. More character exploration. I meant it when I said weakest Ruby character in BBTAG. I was dead serious. I don't make clickbait titles. Fuck that dishonest shit. Now, let's get on to the polls. Ha, nice. Broken Hands Gang is back at it again. The only reason why I'm not surprised anymore is because I'm aware a bunch of you subscribed since my third video. It's not just Ruby fans who are subscribed to me anymore. I'm sure I got a mixture of the other fates in my community, preferably BlazBlue and Persona. It makes sense that Naoto Kuragane will place first in the BBTAG community. Look at his playstyle. Cocky Naoto mains who match him will say shit like, "Playing Naoto is simple."
What are you talking about?
No person with zero experience in fighting games could do what I'm displaying right now. To a noob, this may look advanced, but to a Naoto main, this is amateur night at the Apollo type shit. After 3 weeks of doing real research on how these characters tick, I decided the best way to determine who's the best is by these categories: popularity, frame data, partner skill, DP, and power. Time to see which one of these brawlers has the best tools to secure the dub. But before we start, let's have a moment of silence for the brawlers who weren't voted into the top 6 for this video. And that's enough silence. I got a video to finish editing. Now, let's get Shut up!
No!
Hold up. I think I'm playing with you. I ain't got time for this
I'll
shit.
never
Don't
forgive
fucking play. There. Now, like I was saying, let's get started. For the popularity section, I'm giving it to Naoto simply because all of you voted for him. After all, characters who are deemed the best are decided by the masses as well as how they perform. Naoto takes the lead with 1 point. Now let's talk frame data. Frame data? What's that? I'm glad you asked. No, seriously, someone asked. Frame data is information on how a character moves. Every move a character makes is calculated by each frame that's active. Hey, noobs, the ones that mash buttons but don't know shit about frame data. You ever fought Weiss before? Ever wonder why every time when a match starts you're always poked in the face or forced to block, and no matter how much you mash square, you keep getting countered? That's because their startup frames are faster than yours. In fighting games, doesn't matter which one you're playing, character movement clocks in at 30 to 60 frames per second whenever you press a button. So if you're mashing against a motherfucker who can move 4 seconds faster than you, guess who's taking that L? Not the chick in the combat skirt. You're sorry ass for not knowing her frame data. As a wise YouTuber once said, if you're fighting a nigga that's a monster with his hands, but you know his ground game ain't shit, do you stand up and fight his fucking fight, or do you put him on his back and make him fight yours? Thank you AMBZ for the character model change just for that one moment. If your attack is too slow, you need to pick a different move that has faster frames or keeps you out of range so your attack connects regardless of startup frames. I hope you understood all that because I'm going to be saying phrases like this a lot. If I say 5A, I'm saying press square. If I say 236BC, I'm saying use your super. There. Simplified exposition on frame data. Screenshot this so you can keep up with the rest of my dialogue. Now, which one of these 6 characters has the best frames? I guess the best way to decide this is who has the best neutrals. The best 5A, the best 5B, and the best 5C. The brawler with the best neutral game will win this category. For the best 5A goes to Yang. Shocker, I know. But let me explain this. Yang and Akihiko have the fastest startup frames out of the 6 characters here. Surprisingly, whether or not Yang is in burning state, her and Aki will still counter each other. However, since Yang can recover quicker, means a Yang player can press 5A again and land a hit if a Aki player continues mashing. I'm giving Yang this because draws are pathetic. And I don't need any more Yang fans telling me that I'm shitting on her. Burning state isn't something Yang can summon at any time. She has to get slapped up first. But it's a feat she can do, so I'll make an exception. Now let's talk about Yang's favorite button. Even though Yang players are widely hated for this button, she isn't the best using it.
No fooling!
That's right, Heart has the best 5B. Oh, why you may ask?
Yeah!
She's the only brawler that can hold it for 41 frames and punish any neutral. Thanks to Ducator, we all know that Heart's 5B can even nullify Astrals on contact. Now for the best 5C. These 4 have the best startup frames, but because Susanoo has the bigger hitbox, he has the best 5C. Huh, a 3-way tie, huh? Time to break it. Let's see who has the better 2A. Even though Heart and Yang's startup frames are the same, Heart's hitbox is bigger. So that just leaves Susanoo. And the character with the best 2A as well as frame data goes to... Heart. Heart I know startup frames are 3 frames faster than Susanoo's. And what happens to the sorry ass that's too slow? They get put on their back and forced to fight your fight. Moving on to the next category, partner skills. Who has the best 4P, 5P, and 6P? When it comes to 5P, Heart, Dubs, everyone. When it comes to 6P, Aki, duh. When it comes to 4P, oops, wrong game. Seriously, Heart's 5A is the best because of its faster frames. Too bad Yang's Burst of Embers doesn't have armor in the partner skill version. Heart punched right through it. Akihiko has the best 6P because he can duck a projectile or punch and attack full screen. And Akatsuki? This Ishimaru ass looking motherfucker? He has the best 4P because of how high he sends enemies up. Let's say I wanted to punish a burst with his 4P. I have time to not only plan your punishment, but I can use moves that have a slower startup frame than just pressing 5A when you come down. Want to hear the best part? You're at my mercy. I punished your burst. You got no gauge. I can dance on you for 10 to 20 seconds and you can't stop me. Unless you rage quit. And if you do that, I'll just make an example of you just for kicks and giggles. So no matter what you do, you can't escape from crossing fate. So do yourself a favor.
At least try to face your death with some honor.
Now we got another 3-way tie. The way to settle this is simple. Whose option is better? And since Heart plows through all incoming attacks, she wins. Good job, girl, I see you. Now on to the next category. Reversal action. Who has the best DP? Akatsuki. No contest. I probably should just move on to the next category. This I can't believe I even made this a category. It's like it was made for just this man alone. Now to the mains of the other characters that probably got offended by all that, let me explain. In fighting games, players love the idea of being safe on hit. And the DP with the least amount of risk is Akatsuki. If the other characters tried to do a reversal action on a character that has invulnerability frames, they would all get dropped. Akatsuki is the only one that would come out unscathed. His DP, unlike the others, is a counter. Until another character with a counter DP can nullify a raw Blitztank super and come out unscathed, Akatsuki has the best DP out of all the brawlers. Now, for the final and most controversial category of the video.
I think you picked a fight with the wrong girl.
Getting in my way was a bad call.
Chaos is all that awaits you.
You're going down!
Warm-ups are over. Let's go!
AkihikoのNaokoの上に積もれかし。
God damn. How the most voted have the weakest damage? Then again, without Burning State, Yang would actually be below Aki and Naoto, so I hope that softened the blow for you mains out there. Before even writing this video, I was positive Susanoo had this. Since it's not impossible to reach 14k for Akatsuki and Heart, I didn't want to diminish the hard work players would have to put in to learn these combos. As long as the combo doesn't need any misinputs from the opponents in order to execute, it counts. If a character needs to buff, a counter hit, the corner, and for me to fight like a moron to get 16k, it comes off as too situational. Just because it happened once with Shinku and not the full 16k combo, just a random catching off guard in the corner, doesn't mean he can do this anytime. Here's a good example. I did a Noelle 12k solo online simply because the first 2 hits missed and Jokerpolitan stopped blocking. Even though I know the combo, it wouldn't matter because I wouldn't have gotten that damage if he kept blocking. See what I mean? If it requires luck, then it's not a combo worth learning, especially when it's easily punishable. And there you have it, folks. The best brawler in BBTAG. Art I know.
Love shall always prevail, always and forever.